The way I could go about this video is to explain a way to fix your burnout by stopping the thing that supposedly made you feel burnt out, and how you can make time for yourself to relax, disconnect, and come back to work stronger and with a clearer mind. But let's be honest, you've probably tried that countless times already, and it hasn't worked. You did it for a while, maybe you got lucky and feel better, but eventually you feel burnt out again. You're never fully out of it, and now you're here watching this video. So clearly, everything you tried before wasn't the solution, and it wasn't even the real answer. But what if the problem itself isn't even real? What if burnout is just a mindset? Something that you believe is the problem, but truly isn't. Because think about it. You usually say, I feel burnt out. So it's a feeling. But what is burnout exactly? So let's be precise. According to the dictionary, burnout is a state of physical, emotional, and mental exhaustion caused by a prolonged chronic stress. It is characterized by feelings of hopelessness, helplessness, and detachment. So the key word here is stress. What is stress then? Well, again, according to the Cambridge Dictionary, stress is a great worry caused by a difficult situation. So basically, stress is a worry, a big worry. Now think about this. If you're worrying, it's because you think something bad might happen. This is normal. But what makes it so that it goes from just a worry to stress, it is not doing something to change the situation. So if when you feel burned out because you're stressed, because you're worried about something, then you go and relax and do nothing about it, don't you see how that is leading you nowhere and consequently causing you more worry, stress, and burned out on the long run? The objective reality would be that in order to fix the allegedly burnout would be to keep working and trying to fix or improve whatever the situation is. I just want to say there is nothing wrong with you by feeling this way. You don't have anything wrong with your brain or your mind. The reality is you're just being very hard on yourself. It's the voices in your head or outside your head that are telling you something isn't quite right and that it isn't the way that it's supposed to be. The solution is to stop listening to those voices and those stories. This might be your parents, friends, co-workers, or just yourself. A lot of times this feeling of being burnt out comes from the idea that what you're doing is unsustainable. But it feels unsustainable because you've defined it as unsustainable. The reality is that there is a lot of people that have gone through the same thing you're going through, or even more. I understand that the hardest thing you've ever done is the hardest thing you've ever done, but what I'm saying is that you can push through that. What you think is the limit truly isn't. I really recommend reading David Goggins' book or listening to a few of his podcasts. Here's the main point he makes on breaking through what we thought was possible. It's a powerful mindset. Just remember, what you're trying to do is not impossible. I also think a lot of times this stress comes from the idea that problems need to be fixed immediately. If you take a more long approach to your problems and realize that many of them cannot be fixed in a single day, and instead you take a multi-month or multi-year perspective, you'll feel much better. Managing stress is a learned skill, and it doesn't come from changing your conditions. External stuff doesn't change how stressed you feel. It's the judgment you have on the external that determines it. I'll say that again. It's the judgment you have on the external circumstances that determines the stress. If you think it's a bad thing, it will be. If you think it's not, it will not. So the step one into solving all of this is to first identify how it feels when you're stressed, so that you can catch yourself in the act. Maybe for you it's a feeling of tightness in your chest. For me, it's I don't breathe fully. I take short breaths and I keep grasping for air. So once you identify how it feels to be stressed, go to step 2. So step 2 is what is causing this feeling of stress. What do I consider to be bad right now? What is the label? If you think about it, you realize it boils down to thinking that you're going to die. Say you're stressed because you didn't make enough sales yesterday. So now you think, what if this continues for a while? What if the market has changed and we cannot do this business anymore? Yes, that might be true because we're going into recession and then my business will shut down and I'll have to get a new job. But what if I can't? What about my place? Now I have to move. And will I lose my friends and relationships in the process? Will I be alone? Will I die? You might not realize it, but subconsciously your string of thoughts under stress usually follow a similar path to the one I just described. But the reality is that thoughts are not true. Thoughts are not reality, same as feelings. Your brain is wired to produce a constant stream of thoughts, and we choose what to pay attention to. The more attention you pay to some thoughts, the more real they'll feel. When you feel stressed, stop and be like, I'm feeling an emotion here. I wonder what is causing this. What am I labeling as bad? Do I need to change anything about this external condition? Probably not. So one thing we need to understand is that not all days can be good days. If you have 365 days in a year, half of them will be either average or below average, and the other half average or above average. The bottom 10% of days happen every 10 days. That's 3 times in a month. It's almost once a week. In a year, you'll probably have around 36 or 37 days that are the 10% worst and will feel horrible. That's literally one entire month of the year. You cannot expect all days to be good days. So when you're feeling stressed or bad or worried, understand that 9 out of 10 times it's just your thoughts and feelings doing its normal things, which is just having a bad day. Here's the most important piece of advice I can give you when you feel stressed. You don't need to behave stressfully. Your actions don't need to equate your feelings.
Now, you can try to figure out how to make money online on your own, but if you want to go straight to the right answer and learn literally the best method that exists out there as of right now that's helping complete beginners go from $0 to $1,000 a day without any previous experience, click the link in the description to sign up for this week's free workshop and you'll learn how you can start earning a sizable income online as fast as possible. So click the link in the description now.